They say that if you do what you love, you will never have to work a day in your life. And if on top of that you add a multi-million-dollar salary, well, you end up with a pretty good deal. Welcome to Best College Aid. And today, we're going to count down where the top 10 superstar athletes in the US went to college. For this list, we considered money, popularity, and athletic success as our main criteria. Keep in mind that we're discussing where these athletes went to college, so legends of the likes of Lebron James or Floyd Mayweather will not be on this list. While most of these players are known for their athletic abilities, you'll be surprised to see how many of them also excelled in the classroom. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Russel Wilson. One of the best modern quarterbacks, Russel Wilson is a two-time Super Bowl player and a 2014 NFL champion who recently reached a $140 million deal with the Seattle Seahawks. This settled his salary at a whopping $35 million.
Just signed a new deal with the team for 4 years for a record-setting $140 million. That makes him the league's highest-paid player. That is $35 million a year. And he got a signing bonus, $65 million.
From 2008 to 2010, Russ was part of the NC State Wolfpack as a member of both their football team and their baseball team. After missing out on the 2011 NFL Combine, Russ announced he was transferring to Wisconsin. There, Russ earned a spot in the All-Big Ten team, and although this was the last time he played football at Wisconsin, it was not his last time in Wisconsin overall, as he went back later on to give out the 2016 commencement address.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back in this stadium, obviously. Chancellor Blank and the Board of Regents, faculty, parents, family members, friends, distinguished guests, thank you.
Russ can also brag about fulfilling his dream of playing for the New York Yankees.
Swung on it, this strike three. So Russell Wilson.
Even if it was just for one game. Number 9. Barry Bonds. Despite being a very controversial figure, Barry Bonds is still regarded as one of the greatest baseball players to ever do it, only behind Babe Ruth and Willie Mays. Putting aside steroids-related controversies and focusing uniquely on statistics, he holds the record for the most home runs in a single season, most career home runs, and most career walks. He is also the only member of the 500-500 club and received 8 Gold Gloves. Barry Bonds was originally drafted out of high school by the Giants in 1982, but the two parties were unable to agree on a number for their contract, so he decided to attend Arizona State University, where he led the Sun Devils to back-to-back College World Series appearances. He then went on to graduate in 1986 with a degree in criminology. Number 8. Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm Shaq. I wake up cool, but this keeps it going.
One of the greatest big men of all times, Shaq is an unprecedented mixture of speed, size, athleticism, and his NBA accomplishments speak for themselves. However, we did not add Shaq to this list only for his athletic accomplishments, but also for being one of the most lovable personalities in the US.
When I'm at restaurants, I am a big tipper. I like to show people my appreciation. So when they come up to the table, I say, the quicker I get my order, the bigger your tip will be, right? And then the food will come fast. And then when we get ready to leave, I'll ask them, how much you want?
You'll ask the waiter how much you want?
How much you want? And the most someone said was $4,000. And I said, okay, no problem.
You gave him $4,000? You should have punched him in the head is what you should have done.
So, where did Shaq go to college? Well, from 1989 to 1992, he ended up in no other place than Baton Rouge, playing for the LSU Tigers. Although he was drafted by the Orlando Magic in that same year, he returned to Baton Rouge in the year 2000 to receive his bachelor's degree and fulfill a promise he had made to his mother. However, Shaq's education did not stop there, as he went on to earn his MBA from the University of Phoenix in 2005, and then in 2012 received his doctorate of education from Barry University in Florida.
It is my number one accomplishment because I didn't think I could do it at first.
It was typical Shaq, blending the seriousness of pomp and circumstance with the joyful lift of a college official.
So although some call him the Big Aristotle, perhaps it'd be more fitting to call him Dr. Shaq. Number 7, Tiger Woods. Known as a 5-time Master Tournament champion, a 4-time PGA champion, and even a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Eldrick Taunt Woods' award shelf is as impressive as it gets. Tiger Woods attended Stanford University in 1994 and decided to pursue a major in economics. His accolades while at Stanford include Stanford's Male Freshman of the Year, back-to-back U.S. amateur titles, Pac-10 Player of the Year awards, and an individual NCAA title, amongst many, many others. But perhaps the biggest takeaway from his time at Stanford was his nickname.
I guess so. You know, my teammates used to call me Urkel.
Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that?
Number 6, Peyton Manning. If you were to carefully engineer the perfect quarterback compiled of the different parts of the greatest QBs of all times, without a doubt, you would start with Peyton Manning's football IQ.
Your dad's your favorite football player too? Well, you're on the right track. You're going to be a football player when you grow up?
After all, the 2-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 14-time Pro Bowler, 5-time NFL MVP, record holder for most passing touchdowns in one season, and record holder for most passing yards in one season, has had one of the greatest, most decorated NFL careers of all times. In 1994, the Sheriff attended the University of Tennessee, despite the expectation for him to follow his father's footsteps and go to Ole Miss.
At a young age, I understood the importance of college football and what it meant to my dad and what it meant to so many, so that always stuck with me.
A few years later, Manning was also expected to declare for the 1997 draft. However, he decided to stay in Knoxville for another year, and ultimately graduated Phi Beta Kappa with a bachelor's degree in speech communications after giving the University of Tennessee an SEC title. And although many have seen him on TV commercials, a select few lucky students have also been able to see him in their own classroom.
Mr. Thompson, I think you were late for class.
I'm sorry, Dr. Haas. It's been a while. It's been at least since 1996, 97 since I've been in a class, so I apologize.
Number 5, Magic Johnson. When making this list, we were torn between Magic Johnson or Steph Curry, as these two are arguably the best 2 point guards to have ever played the game. And we weren't the only ones having this debate.
Magic or Steph Curry? You should be suspended immediately.
Ultimately, we went for the Lakers legend simply because of the numbers. Magic has had 5 NBA titles, Steph has had 3. Magic has had 3 Finals MVP, Steph has had 0. And when we talk about all-star appearances, Magic has had twice as many as Steph. In 1977, Earvin Magic Johnson went to Michigan State University and led the Spartans to one of the most epic college sports matchups in history, the 1979 National Championship game against none other than Larry Bird's Indiana State University. At the end, Magic came out on top, but this was only the beginning of what would go on to become one of the greatest rivalries in sports. Magic went on to become a legend for the Lakers, while Bird did the same thing for the Celtics. At the end of the day, there is nothing but respect between these two legends. Number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No person in the history of the NBA has scored more points than this man right here. With 38,387 points during his 20-year NBA career, his trophy shelf includes 6 NBA championships, 2 playoffs MVP, a record 6 regular season MVPs, a movie cameo as Robert Murdoch, and even a Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Obama in 2016. But perhaps even more impressive than all of this combined is what Abdul-Jabbar did from 1966 to 1969, when he played for UCLA and became the most dominant college basketball player of all times. During those years, he went by the name Lou Alcindor, the name of a man who simply won it all. You can summarize his college career with a number. That's 3. 3 years played, 3 national championships, 3 Best Player of the Year awards. Some people worry that they might not get to use what they learned in college after graduation, but that's not the case for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as he received a degree in history, and that's exactly what he became.
Here's how great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was. 1967, he had spent a year dominating college basketball. The NCAA bans the dunk. They didn't say it was about Kareem, but it was about Kareem.
Number 3, Tom Brady. Earlier in the video, we talked about engineering the perfect QB. Well, whatever that quarterback ends up looking like, it will have a hard time earning the level of success that Tom Brady has over his career. Brady is a 6-time Super Bowl champion, 4-time Super Bowl MVP, and 3-time NFL regular season MVP. During his rookie year with the New England Patriots, Brady was the 4th-string quarterback, a very similar situation to what he went through during his first 2 years at the University of Michigan. Starting his junior year, Brady earned the starter position and finished with a 20-5 record and victories in the 1999 Citrus Bowl and the 2000 Orange Bowl. Brady graduated with a 3.3 GPA and a bachelor's degree in general studies. Leading up to graduation, uncertainty on whether or not he'd be drafted led him to write up his resume in case an NFL career did not pan out. Going from being a 6th-round pick to becoming the most successful NFL player of all times is certainly a fitting story for a guy whose college nickname was the Comeback Kid.
You know, finally when the Patriots called, I was so excited. You know, I was like, I don't have to be an insurance salesman, you know? So my family was there. We were all excited. And thank God I got picked here.
Number 2, Michael Phelps. Usually when discussing who the greatest of all times is, every sport has controversy. For example, with soccer, is it Messi, is it Ronaldo, Maradona, Pelé? With tennis, who's better, Federer or Nadal? However, when it comes to the sport of swimming, there's absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that Michael Phelps is the best the sport has ever seen. With 28 Olympic medals, 23 of them gold, the Baltimore Bullet is not only the most renowned swimmer in history, but also the most decorated Olympian that has ever existed.
23 golds, 28 total is the final tally.
Although Phelps graduated high school in 2003, it was not until 2005 that he became a Wolverine. The decision came after his lifelong coach Bob Bauman decided to take a coaching job in Michigan and asked Phelps if he would join him.
You know, looking back at some of the photos from my first Olympics, I was actually in a Michigan hat back then. So.
Phelps enrolled in sports marketing and management classes and trained with the swim team. However, he was unable to officially compete for the Wolverines due to NCAA rules preventing professional athletes from competing. Before revealing our number 1 pick, this list would not feel complete without talking about the following honorable mentions. Kevin Durant, an NBA champion, an Olympic champion, and the 2013-2014 season MVP. Kevin Durant is known for more than just his memes. Durant played for the Texas Longhorns from the 2006 to the 2007 season, and although their tournament run ended after a second-round upset against USC, KD received the National Player of the Year award. Willie Mays, an MLB legend who deserves to be in the Mount Rushmore of baseball, Willie Mays did not attend college. However, later in life he received honorary degrees from Yale and Dartmouth. Finally, it's time for our number 1 pick. Coming in first place, Michael Jordan. When making this list, we said that we'd take money, popularity, and athletic success as our main criteria, and no other athlete excels at these 3 more so than Michael Jordan. If we only look at professional achievements, Jordan takes the cake. Throughout his career, he earned 6 NBA titles, 6 NBA Finals MVP, 2 Olympic gold medals, 5 regular season MVPs, and over 60 more awards. Michael Jordan was such an amazing athlete that he was able to win 3 NBA titles, retire to pursue a baseball career, and then come back and win 3 more NBA titles. Next, if we take a look at money, it's not even close. Michael Jordan is the world's richest athlete with a net worth of $2.1 billion. MJ owns a car dealership, 7 restaurants, and is the majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. You take all of that and you combine it with partnerships with giants like Gatorade and Nike, and you begin to understand why the Jordan brand is a multi-billion-dollar kingdom. Finally, popularity. From playing the protagonist role in the classic film Space Jam to starring in his 2020 documentary miniseries The Last Dance, Jordan is a generally known figure by the whole world. The number 1 spot deserves to go to no other than Michael Jordan. So, where did he go to college?
I'm Michael Jordan, and I'm a Tar Heel.
That's right, it all started at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, where Jordan attended from 1981 to 1984, where he won a national championships in '82 and earned the Player of the Year award in 1984. Jordan returned to Chapel Hill in 1986 to finish his degree in cultural geography. So there you have it. This is where the top 10 athletes in the US went to college. What do you think of our list? Did we miss anyone? Let us know down below. If you're interested in learning more about playing sports in college, we'll be putting together a bonus section for this video, which is one of over 150 lessons inside our course, Best College Aid. There we teach college-bound students and parents how to plan and afford a college education. So, whether you are in middle school, senior year of high school, or you are the parent of a college-bound student, this course will teach you and your family everything necessary to know about how to maximize both the odds of acceptance and financial aid packages. We also have a completely free 1-hour college prep training where we give you our top 10 tips on how to go to college. So I will drop a link down below. So that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, let us know.